In the beginning, before the world as we know it took shape, the land that became home to the Itsekiri people was nothing but the deep waters of the Niger Delta. A land of mangrove forests, winding rivers, and vast stretches of sandbars, where the rhythm of the waves was a song of life, and the winds whispered secrets of ancient ancestors. This was the world that would give rise to the Itsekiri, a people whose story is as old as the river itself. Long, long ago, when the earth was still young, our ancestors came from the faraway land of Alife, the home of the gods. We are proud to say that we are direct descendants of Odujowa, the revered ancestor and the first king of the Yoruba people. But our people didn't stay in Ife for long. A mighty king, whose name was Olefin, led a group of his people across the waters, seeking new lands for his people to settle. When they came to the Niger Delta, they saw the beauty and potential of the land. The land was full of fish, palm trees, and the promise of wealth and prosperity. Our forefathers knew that this was the land they were destined to call home. They settled near the banks of the Warri River, where the river met the sea. There, they started a new life, blending the culture and traditions of their Yoruba roots with the ways of the people they met. This was how the Itsekiri were born, a people who spoke a language of their own, a unique mix of Yoruba and the local dialects of the Niger Delta. We were not the same as those who came before us, but we carried their strength and knowledge with us. We were neither fully Yoruba nor fully the local tribes, we were something new, something in between, the Itsekiri. As the Itsekiri grew, so did our strength. The people began to build their kingdom, a kingdom that would eventually rise to become one of the most powerful and respected in the region. We built our houses on stilts, raised above the water, and our villages flourished along the coast. Our fishermen became known far and wide for their skill in the sea, and our palm oil traders were highly respected for their goods. Our greatest asset, though, was the Warri River. It flowed through the heart of our land, making travel and trade easier than ever. The Itsekiri kingdom soon became a hub for trade. We traded in fish, palm oil, ivory, and many other goods. Traders from far and wide, from as far as the interior of Africa, came to our land, drawn by the promise of riches. Even the Portuguese, who were the first Europeans to reach these shores in the 15th century, came to us seeking trade. They saw the power of the Itsekiri people and knew they had to ally with us if they were to control the trade routes in the region. It was during this time that we made a powerful ally in the Portuguese. They brought us guns, and we brought them palm oil. The Itsekiri people, with our wisdom, navigated the tricky waters of trade and alliances with skill. We were a people of diplomacy, with a sharp understanding of the ways of the world. The Portuguese granted us the title of a king, and the first Olo of Warri, the supreme ruler of the Itsekiri, was crowned. The Olo was not just a king, he was a symbol of unity, strength, and prosperity for the Itsekiri people. But as with every story, prosperity was not meant to last forever. The growth of the Itsekiri kingdom also attracted rivals. Over the years, other ethnic groups in the Niger Delta, like the Orobo, the Ijaw, and the Efik, began to feel the weight of our influence. Tensions grew, and soon, there was fighting between us and those who sought to claim what we had built. They wanted our land, our rivers, and the wealth that came with them. The arrival of the British in the 19th century changed everything. The Itsekiri had long known the ways of trade with Europeans, but now, the British were determined to control the Niger Delta for themselves. In the face of this foreign power, the Itsekiri people found themselves caught between their old ways and the pressure of colonial rule. Our allies, the Portuguese, were pushed aside by the British, and new battles for control over the region began. As the British expanded their colonial rule across Nigeria, they imposed their authority on the Itsekiri. Our kingdom, once powerful and independent, was now forced to deal with foreign rulers who did not understand our ways. The land we once controlled was now divided, and our people were made subjects of a foreign crown. The British brought with them new challenges, new systems of governance, new religions, and a different way of life that threatened to erase our traditions. Through all these struggles, the Itsekiri people remained strong. We fought to preserve our land, our culture, and our identity. We remembered our roots in Alife and our rise to power in the Niger Delta. We remembered the first Olu of Wari and the wisdom he passed on to us. And we held on to our belief that the land and the river would always be ours. Today, the Itsekiri people live in the same land where our ancestors first settled. We are still the custodians of the Wari River, and though our kingdom may not be as powerful as it once was, we remain a proud and resilient people. The spirit of our forefathers still lives on in us. We have faced many challenges throughout our history. From the arrival of foreign traders to the imposition of colonial rule, to the struggles for autonomy in a changing Nigeria, the Itsekiri have never given up. We have fought for our land, our rights, and our place in the world. Even now, we continue to face the challenges of modern life, but we do so with the same strength and determination that has been passed down through generations. The Itsekiri are not just a people of the past, we are a people of the present and the future. We still fish the same waters, still gather palm oil from the same trees, and still tell the stories of our ancestors. The history of the Itsekiri is not one of defeat but of endurance, of finding strength in adversity, and of holding on to the things that make us who we are. Our kings still rule, and our people still gather to celebrate our festivals and rituals. The Itsekiri are a people who know that no matter what challenges we face, we are connected by the river, by the land, and by the spirit of our ancestors. And so, the story of the Itsekiri continues, a story of strength, struggle, survival, and hope. It is a story that we, the children of the river and the sea, will carry with us always.